Hello, how are you? I'm sorry it's been so long since I've been in touch. I really didn't think it would go on that long. But between the jigs and the reels and the travelling and then the more travelling and then the over and back to England and everything, I'm sorry it took 3 months. But anyway, look it, here I am now. And I've loads to tell you, obviously, but I'm in the middle of a shame attack, which I have to describe to you. On Saturday, which was yesterday as far as I'm concerned, but you will be reading me further down the line, maybe Monday or even later than that. On Saturday in Dunleary, which is the town where I live in, Fun Leary we call it. Well, we don't, only sarcastically like. There was the Mountains to the Sea Literary Festival on, you see. And there was a young adults panel with Patrick Ness, Louise O'Neill, Cecilia Ahern and Sarah Crossan. And it was on in the town hall. And I thought, I'd love to go to that because I love the young adults, especially when they're dystopian books. And also my niece, Emma, my beloved Emma. So I thought, myself and Emma will go and I'll get her to meet the authors and it'll be fabulous. And as it transpired, it was fully sold out because of course it would be, you know, because wouldn't everybody want to go and see them? So then I did something, and I suppose I shouldn't even be talking about it, and it's certainly not something to be proud of. But because I'm local and because I'm a writer and because I actually know some of the writers and everything, I rang the organiser and I said, would there be any chance that you could get me and my lovely niece, would there be any spare tickets at all, and we'll sit on the floor, we'll do anything. So basically I pulled strings, I abused my power. And so they said, very good, you can come, but you have to come early. So because your tickets will be given away. So I got there very early, and then I was waiting for Emma, and Emma arrived with her friend Kate. Now that wasn't expected, and Kate wasn't expected to come in. But I thought, sure, look, we'll ask and we'll see. Would there be any chance that Kate could come too? And as it transpired, even though it was full and sold out and everything, not everybody came. So the three of us were let in for free, for nothing. And then we were let into the room, the kind of the green room where the writers were all meeting beforehand. And basically, I was showing off. That's what it was. And so you see, I know Louise O'Neill and I sort of know Patrick Ness because Patrick Ness did that amazing thing where he raised nearly £1 million for the Save the Children for the Syrian Fund. And so I was really happy to be meeting him in person. And I know beloved Cecilia Ahern very well. And I'm very, very fond of her. Now, I don't know Sarah Crossan, but I was delighted to meet her too. So anyway, in I go with Emma and Kate, who are 15 and blushing and big, big fans of Louise O'Neill's and Patrick Ness's. And I don't know if they've read Sarah Crossan, but we're all looking forward to reading it and to reading Cecilia's Flawless, which is her young adult thing. And there I was showing off with the free tickets and getting them in, meeting the authors and everything, you know, it was great. So then it all starts and we take our seats and everything and we're sitting there. And then doesn't it transpire that the yoke is on for an hour and a half and not an hour as I had thought, and they had thought as well. And so there was a kind of a... So I thought, I'll deal with it as I always deal with unpleasant things. I won't think about it now, but I'll eat sweets and wait for the feelings to abate. And maybe by the time 6 o'clock comes, I'll know what to do. And anyway, 6 o'clock came, which was an hour. And Kate had given me lots of her. She'd bought some lovely Butler's toffees. And Emma had some lovely, she had a whole box of jelly beans, lovely flavours and everything. And so they were lovely, but the anxiety didn't go away. And we had to leave at 6. And they had to leave at 6 and I was in loco parentis, and so I said, we have to go. So we put on real furtively, we put on our coats and we gathered up our bags, and I said, tiptoe out. And mercifully we were on the end of an aisle, you know, so that we didn't have to do the excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me thing all the way along. And I thought, we just tiptoe out, you know, but it was broad daylight, which is this wretched feckin' spring business, do you know? It was 6 o'clock and it was broad daylight. If it had been dark, maybe we could done it. So anyway, we kind of went like we were guerrillas, not gorillas. Guerrilla soldier fighter people kind of doing an ambush. So Kate went first, and it was like they were playing the Mission Impossible music, and so we're all kind of keeping low so that we don't break the eye line of the people. Anyway, we're spotted immediately, and the three of us are going along in a furtive thing down the middle aisle, do 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 do, and then they start saying, bye Marian, thanks for coming Marian, bye, Jesus, I was so mortified, and I'm still mortified 24 hours later. Do you know, and I woke in the middle of the night like with a rash and a sweat of shame. And so we got to the back of the room. Oh God, and on the way, see, I'd met Ryan Tubridy on the way in, and he was so nice to me. And then he was sitting there looking kind of, I can't believe the rudeness of you, walking out in the middle of the four of them up there on the stage, you know, baring their souls and giving of themselves. And yeah, it was awful. It was feckin' horrific. So then I stood at the back and was trying to call up to them and say, we thought it was only an hour. I'm in loco parentis. I'm really sorry. But they couldn't hear me because I've got a really low voice. I know it's squeaky and that bats can hear it, but it's got no travelling distance. Anyway, so that was yesterday, and I'm still kind of, yeah, shame attack, you know. It's feckin' awful. And then I rang old woman and told her the whole story. And I rely on old woman to calm me down. And old woman was doing grand. And she was calming me. And then she goes, hold on now. Did you pay for the tickets? And I said, no, ma'am, we got them for free. She goes, oh, mother God. And they saw you leave, and she says. And I said, yeah. And you see, because it was really rude, but what could I do? I was in loco parentis. I keep saying that phrase. It's kind of like a buffer to keep me from saying loco parentis. I was in loco parentis. Anyway, so that's my shame attack. Now, that's gone on for very long, so we're going to stop there. And then I'm going to come back and do another little chat for you about other things. And himself will put it up later in the week. So anyway, I hope you're well. I hope, unlike me, that you're enjoying this feckin' spring business. I don't like it myself, but look it, we can't always have winter. Isn't that how it is? Even though well, I suppose you could. No, you couldn't, I suppose. Well, maybe you could if you lived in Antarctica or the North Pole, but you would get light some of the time, a lot of the time. It would be cold, but you'd still have a lot of light. Anyway, goodbye. I'll be back. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.